There's no way I can check. I can check. Hold it on.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, I can check.
You know in your videos it's actually very loud when those notifications go off.
Oh, well, let me, so, okay.
I doubt it is.
I'm going to
Careful with his main phone.
do not disturb.
Position it the way you need it.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Just gonna check the feed really quick.
Get this one. Okay, had to make that private.
Make sure we're good. I'm sure we're good.
Yeah.
Lord,
My,
you never know. The
I'm not
phones,
showing.
they'll choose.
Mine's not showing.
Is mine coming up?
Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, we're good on that one. All right, and then I'll look at you. Subscriptions. Hey, look at that, right there at the top.
Yep, testing. Testing. Yeah, so we good. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. All right, giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakabadash, the wonders to the apostles and elders of the great millstone which rule well.
Shalom.
Peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, which continue to hold their kind of composure and integrity in their strength and faith to Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai. All right, this is just, we're doing a class sit down. Other brothers will be coming along. But, the title, one is more reasons why to hate Esau, or, H, Esau. All right.
Yeah,
But also, we use code at times just to get the algorithm off our accounts. But also, what was mine? I titled it, because the way I titled mine was specific as well. Let me see, hold on. Esau is hated, and we hate him. Here's why. Because when you look in the scriptures, when you do more, you get more understanding, you find out that there was a reason why Esau was created, what he was created for, okay? And basically, we get that in Romans, the 9th chapter, because there's something called predestination, okay? The Lord, who the world calls God, all right? He does have a setup. He does have a prearranged, fate and lot for everything. That's in, the editions of Esther, the 10th chapter.
Yeah, and I got a precept for you right quick.
Okay, well, the Lord said he has a lot for the Gentiles and for the children of the Lord. Lot basically means a fate,
Yeah.
okay? And it was
Portion
always,
of life.
it was,
as well.
a portion of life. It was always the portion of life and fate of the so-called white man to be the hated and the one that was going to be destroyed in the end.
So something for you. This is Sirach chapter 33, verses, let me see, 10. Sirach 33 and 10. It says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, the Lord Yahweh hath divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places.
And that's why you have Esau. He's known as the basis of all men. Because of his behavior, but also, he's at the bottom. So that's the low. It says that some are made unto honor, some unto dishonor, but it's up to the Most High how it's created. But the so-called white man was made to be the lowest, cursed, all right? Because you find out, the mark that he was given as Cain. I gotta fix this. All right? But he was made to be, a vessel that was going to only bring out, cursed acts, if that makes sense. Okay? Nothing that he put his hand to was going to profit. All right? Because really, essentially, everything he does, it brings out death. Okay? But mainly to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, read that again where it said, like a verse before the last one that you read.
Okay, it says, in much knowledge, the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse. It says, some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified.
That's the Israelites, all right? The children of Israel were blessed and exalted, all right? And go ahead.
And he set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places.
Yeah, that's the so-called white man, okay? He's been turned out of his place because he's not going to be set near the Lord, all right? It says that he was created to be the waster that destroyed, all right? And like I said, every act he does brings destruction, all right? And it's, yeah, I was going to say, because it's not just, it's not good behavior, it's evil behavior. And someone who's evil, you hate them, right?
Yeah, I got it. A little bit more. It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, and to render to them as liketh him best. All right? Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner. All right? Key point. It says these things are set against each other. All right? It says evil. It says good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. All right, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So the good establishes, well, we are against the evil, because the good is set against the evil. You know, and of course it's up to the Lord's, his choosing. All right, as it is in the potter's hand, Shalom, to render what liketh him best.
Well, that's why I wanted to get that one in Romans. I think it was the 9th chapter. We
Okay.
said that before they either were born or
Yep,
born.
kind of. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 11, and it reads, it says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that called. And it's the Lord that called, okay? It's the Lord that, surprise, brother. Surprise. Yeah, so it's the Lord that made the final decision. It's to his liking. He created this, this story, this movie that we are living in, all right? And he has the main characters, he has the least characters, and, he set Esau up with all the riches of the world, the fatness of the earth, and he set him up to be the bully of the earth, the hammer of the earth, and he set us up to be the meek, the lowly, the sheep, and eventually, what's going to happen? There's an overturning of the power structures, all right? And so the Lord is essentially bringing down the ones that he set up, the wicked who rule the world, and he's bringing up the meek in their stead. I'm going to go a little bit more on this.
Well, did it? But it's talking about Jacob and Esau, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it in the lower or no? Or was it above?
Where it says, it's
Yeah.
coming
Well,
up.
you can read the beginning part, and then we know who it's talking about.
Right, this is Romans 9 and 12. It says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, right? As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right. So just clarifying, that's who it was talking about the children who not yet being born, neither done good or evil. That's talking about Jacob and Esau. So we know that the Lord set up Jacob to be chosen. All right.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people that complain about Jacob and Esau. Jacob, well, he took the blessing. Well, it says, it clearly tells you that the Lord loved Jacob and he hated Esau. So Esau was rejected, okay? Because what? The scriptures talk about him being estranged from the womb. So he was created to be the evil, the nemesis, the adversary, and in some senses, And Jacob was the one that was supposed to inherit the blessing. So
yeah, just to back you up, that word estranged. To be estranged, because when it said Esau was estranged from the womb, it says of a person who is no longer close or affectionate to someone. All right, alienated. When you look in 3rd chapter, it tells you that the Lord chose Jacob, but put by Esau. So that literally means that he rejected Esau. Where's that one where it says, was he rejected because his works were evil? Is that 1 John?
let's see.
Is it 1 John? Yeah, which one? No, because afterward he would have inherited the blessing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's Hebrews or 1 John. Yeah, you want to try that?
She would inherit the
Come.
blessing.
But yeah, it says to be estranged means to be of a person of a person no longer close or affectionate to someone. And we always tell you, the Bible tells you, man, up and through the scriptures that the so-called white man is not affectionate about anything. All right, you got to have that in you, which means that that's by design. Esau doesn't show affection to the earth. All right, which means he's not close to the one who told how you're supposed to be on this planet. All right, that's why it says that you shall be given to a people that will show no mercy to the young or the old. That's the so-called white man. All right. Let's see.
I got that precept you can call.
Yes, come on, go ahead.
You want me to start at 16 or?
Yeah, go ahead and read into it.
All right. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who
profane represents being outside of the temple. Anything that's outside of the temple is basically unclean.
Yep.
It's unholy, and that's the nature of Esau. When it says estranged, alienated, to be hostile to the love of one, or the nurturing of one. That's how Esau was.
God. And I think this is the point you were trying to make, because it goes into like how he is, how he thinks when it comes to the Most High and the things that he holds dearly. It says, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So he didn't care. He didn't look at it as being worth anything,
Yeah.
It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Yeah, and that goes back to Genesis 25th chapter, how they had that confrontation about how Jacob took Esau's inheritance, his blessings, from the beginning. So basically, that's how we hated from Esau. Esau hated us because of that.
Why did that precept?
So why the fuck would you basically say we gotta love Esau, but Esau hated us from the beginning?
Yeah.
It's perpetual hatred, everlasting.
It says, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
But he was rejected. That's the point. All right, because it said what he had or would he had gotten the blessing, but again, this goes back even further, man. Everything he brought out was not proper. Okay, his behavior was off. Again, he could have, because it said that there's a part where it said that after he would have inherited. Read that part again.
Okay. I'll start over. Hebrews 12 and 17, it says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing.
That's the point right there. See, he could have had a chance. Even the Lord said, if thou doest well, shouldest thou not be accepted? He had a chance to do right. Esau was taught how to do good. Okay, don't forget that, But he chose to go to the left. Okay? So, and like the point you said, this man's been hating us, but it's a double standard when it comes to us hating him back. It don't make no sense. And we titled the reasons why Esau is to be hated and why we hate him. Well, because look at what he's doing to us.
Yeah, and it's just Jake, man. Jake is the one that's really unfair when it comes to balance and judgment. And that's why we got to be always the one that come behind him and clean it up. Because you got Israelites that saying Esau can be saved, that they're going to be there in the kingdom with us. Like the Apostle Gabar went into, you can't have these, your words can't be ambiguous when it comes to this truth. You got to be spot on. And I see why. Of course, you're dealing with the Lord and his word. This is his words. And the Lord is a man of his words. So if he entrusts you with his words, you better damn well say the right thing, man. All right, that's what the scriptures say, rightly dividing the truth. You can't be out here half truthing. You got to give them the whole. All right, because Esau, man, Esau he's been blasphemous to the Lord. He's been blaspheming. That's why he was rejected. He can't get right. He could never get right. It was in his spirit to not get right. That's how the Lord created this thing. But Jake, this is the point, because I'm gonna let you read. Jake is the one that's seeking love. You see, why trimmest thou away to seek love, man? You continue to try to find some type of rest, some type of comfort among these nations, and acceptance from these nations. And when they don't accept you, man, they don't give a damn about you, man. all right, to save your life, man. Okay? It's absurd, man. You gotta deal with Jacob, clean up shit after them, man. But time's coming, man. You got it.
This is Isaiah 26:10. It says, "Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness."
Right. It's not favor being shewed to the wicked. They got the riches of the earth. They got their prowess in the earth is unmatched. They're the hammer of the earth. Everybody fears you. All right, and you got the land, the holy land. You got everything your heart could wish.
But it says they can never have enough, right?
Yeah, we could never have enough. So go ahead.
So like I was going to get another precept. But again, it says, "Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
Exactly.
In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly."
And that's what he's doing. In the land of Israel, he's dealing highly unjustly. All right? And you got the world in disarray, man. You know, fighting against the Yemenites, fighting against the Palestinians. All right? Just fighting. Just everywhere he goes, he's fighting everybody. You know? There ain't no peace. There ain't gonna never be no peace because of this idiot Esau. You know?
What was the guy I just quoted yesterday, that Edomite, that said that we are destroyers of the world and we will continue to destroy because we will never have enough. I just brought it out
Yeah,
yesterday.
you did.
I have it on my
Just-
phone on this phone, so I can't get it up to this one.
I got you.
Maurice something. You know?
Can you look up the quote?
I thought you had it, but I'm looking at yours and that's not.
No, yeah, that ain't it.
Yeah.
You know, I just posted, because I
It's
needed
on my
to-
phone on that. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get it just to back you up because. Hold on.
Yeah, Salaki, that thumbnail was kind of meaningless because the thumbnail that I had on it before was I didn't want to.
Right here. Okay, I got it.
Jeremiah 51:25.
Well, no, hold on. No, this is a guy. This is an actual a Jew by the name of Maurice Samuel. In 1924, he made a statement. He said, "We Jews, we, the destroyers, will remain the destroyers forever. Nothing that you do will meet our needs and demands. We will forever destroy because we need a world of our own." All right. This is the the epitome of the so-called white man.
I got a precept.
I mean, you could have had your own land, but now all that shit's gonna get taken from you. You're gonna get carted away into hardcore. First, you're gonna get the ultimate judgment, the ultimate Hadoken, the ultimate fatality done to you. All right, and you're gonna burn for it. The masses of the majority of Edomite, all the Edomites over here is gonna perish by way of thermonuclear fire. And then on top of that, you're gonna get carted. The elite, you're gonna get carted away in hardcore slavery. And we got precepts to prove it. And then, and on top of that, eventually you're gonna get eradicated. I missed my point, but you got.
Hey, you know what? I got something for you because when you read that article, I got a scripture to what you said and what you two brothers said. This is Jeremiah 51:25.
You got it.
It says, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountains, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth."
Right, you the one that's putting your hand to destroy everything with these different industries and all you care about is just sucking the blood life out of the earth and continuing in riches, and you don't really care what the result of your actions towards the earth is.
Well,
it's towards humanity.
Isaiah 47 tells you that he did not consider the latter end.
Yeah.
But even it says in Obadiah, would not thieves, leave a little bit behind? But Esau will take everything, man. He'll take the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
They would
Even thieves. Yeah, I think in the NOT it said even thieves only go for what they need or what they want.
But this man just consumes, man, and he'll call you a thief for taking what he stole. You had that time during back, slavery. Esau used to put on tar on the fence line because Jake would be trying to fucking eat, because they would be getting starved and everything, not having sufficient amount of food. So sometimes fruit would fall outside of the fence line and they'd reach and eat it, but Esau would claim that you still technically are stealing. So they would put tar so that you would the slaves would get found out who was taking what you know, and they would take grapes or whatever, or apples, you know, and then Esau would
Punish.
punish them. You know, but he said that it's still mine, even if it fell off of his property. You know, Esau is wicked, man. But back in, I got this still back in here, I haven't finished it.
Oh, go ahead.
Isaiah-
I'm gonna go back to this.
Isaiah 26:10, it said, again, let favor be shewn to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. You know, so he'll disregard everything that the Lord, Esau ain't being a good minister to the world. And it's damn sure to you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right? He's dealing wickedly, man, and he's justifying and more reasons. All the laws are to benefit the so-called white man in his unjust behavior. Okay? You know, Jake still think that these laws were made for them. They're really not, man. They're made for Esau. But Esau is using, you know, a guise and delusion the people to make them, you know, so that they don't catch on how much of a devil he really is. But shoot, we also know too that soon he's going to show his horns. All right, go ahead. You got it.
This back in Jeremiah 51 and 25, it says, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain." All right. So if you look at the word mountain, it really means government. All right. It says the Lord Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. Now, if you read the book of Jeremiah, not Jeremiah, Joel 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So that proved that he's destroyer of all the world. So this is the wicked, you know what I'm saying, inherit the earth from the Lord, man, gave him the power structure. But now he's fucking it up, man. All right? It says, which destroyeth all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
Yeah. Yep, your whole rulership, your whole kingdom. You know? I was looking up this, it says the top 10 most evil rulers in history, and y'all gonna have to update. You're gonna have to update this. You know, they got Ivan the Terrible, Saddam Hussein, Vlad the Impaler, Tamerlane, you know, Attila the Hun,
Wasn't Vlad?
Joseph Stalin. Okay, that's okay. Leopold, but
Vlad.
no, you're gonna have to have Bill Gates. You're gonna have to have what? Probably the last 10 presidents of the United States of America on there. You know, because y'all committed the most heinous crimes the world has ever seen. My bad, you got it.
I got a precept. This is Revelation 6 and 4. The brother lawyer, you know, he on the channel, man. So Shalom, but Revelation 6 and 4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." And this is just talking about the so-called white man.
Esau,
Yeah, Esau. Because it's funny how the Lord sometimes makes things very easy to grab on and understand, and the world will still miss it. Because Esau was called Edom, right, which meant red. All right. So a red horse and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. There you go. So this man literally takes your peace away. You know, just living in America, man. America is called bitter for a reason. There's no peace. It even says that there is no peace, save the Lord, to the wicked, and the wicked are in authority. So if the wicked are ruling, the scriptures say that the people mourn, right? Because there's no peace. So the so-called, you made the statement yesterday that our enemies that are over us right now are the chief. The chief is a so-called white man. Lamentations.
Yeah, that's
Lamentations.
Yeah.
But that's the so-called white man, the one who had power to take peace from the earth. I know the scriptures talk about, basically you break it down, that this man, he just harasses Jake, you know? Like, you know, I was watching a clip, you know, with a dude, he got detained illegally because he legally owned a firearm. And the police was like, where's your, what do you call it, your concealed license? And the dude was like, bro, you don't need a concealed license to buy a weapon. That's literally the law. You know, but he was harassing him because he was trying to, it was found out that this Edomite was trying to harass this Jake on purpose because he was racist as hell. But that's what Esau does, man, especially to you Jakes, especially to you Israelites.
Isaiah 59, where it says, truth never go forth, or truth faileth in the street, or something to the extent of that.
Yeah, because we know Esau's about secrecy, man, and he's about lies. And when someone reveals that, man, you got to make sure he covers his tracks. All right? You know, so, but it says that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. That great sword is talking ultimately about the thermonuclear missile that this devil has gained the technology and understanding to. All right, that great sword is going to be the same tool and weapon that the Lord is going to use to destroy this man. See, that's why the scriptures say that thy pride hath deceived thee, because you are mounting up to this certain level. You thinking that you're going to be, scot-free. You thinking this weapon is also your weapon and technology. These other nations have gotten the knowledge as well, But the Lord's going to destroy you with your own sword, man, because you live by the sword, right? Your blessing was to live by the sword. All right.
And that sword can be practically anything you use for eliminating your enemies.
Yep.
Because now it's the technology. Now you got direct energy weapons, all sorts of things. But also it says power was given to him, and I got Job really quick. That says he's a hireling. So the Lord is using it. This is Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right. So it's a cutoff point. It says, turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day. All right. And that's what essentially Esau is. He's an hireling. This is Psalm 17:13. It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from the men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. That's why they got the technology.
That's why they're on top. That's why they're the hunks when everybody looks around. That's why they're liked in the store. They have their portion and fill in this time. This is their kingdom.
Yeah, they can walk into the store, the black nigga woman, they stand at full attention and be smiling, and they say, polite words and shit.
Yeah.
And then when we come in there, we get treated like the uttermost shit,
Yeah.
And this is real. This is daily. This ain't nothing we just speculating about. We deal with this shit on a daily
We
basis.
just had it before the lesson.
Yeah.
We just had something happen before we started this lesson, man.
Shit, we went to Quebec to get something to eat.
Yeah, these crackers, man. But they get away with it. Again, they, all this stuff, like we brought out that precept yesterday, Amadio brought it in Psalms, where it talked about how we were envious of the wicked. It's not that we're envious, but we just see how much shit they get away with in this side.
No, it's a vexation.
Yeah.
It's definitely the Lord, and it's a punishment. We understand as well, because we lost our fame. We lost all of that. We lost that, that being highly, respect. We lost the respect of the world. And we provoked the Lord. Now the Lord is using the nations to provoke us. And we understand that for what it is. We went off, and we have to endure. We gotta still endure all of this until the Lord turn it away from us.
I got a precept.
It's a precept.
You got a
No,
precept?
go ahead. Which,
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
okay.
It's you just gotta understand it. Shit, it don't feel right, but that's what you gotta do.
This Jeremiah 49:16 say, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, that holdeth the height of the hill.
Well, also, yeah. When's the last time someone heard that? The Bible tells you who these nations are today by what do you call it?
Spiritual.
Attributes. Yeah, traits.
Attributes.
There you go. Spiritual traits and attributes. Who are the only people who ever lived in the rocks? Who was ever called a caveman? They'll try to teach you that that civilization started that way, but it's really not. It was by the so-called white man. All right, he dwelt in the caves. That's what the word Caucasian means, cave dweller. And you got something called the Caucasus Mountains. All right, so read that again.
This back in Jeremiah 49:16, it says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
So that's how we know that this is talking about this specific individual. this people, the Edomites. Okay, go ahead.
Gotcha. It says, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldst make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
Right, because back at the precepts you read about getting a portion of field, Esau lived sumptuously in this time.
Yeah.
He lived. I think that basically means he lived luxuriously and a splendid living.
Yep.
But we also know that it was all kept. That it was all done by fraud, violence, bloodshed. Because going back to his blessing, Esau figured out that's the only way he could get anything. All right, it's through his sword. That's the only way he realized, damn, I can rule a whole kingdom with this thing. Okay, let me get my, because Esau, he's been wanting to dominate the world since he got his blessing.
Yeah, he's the apex predator.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it says, what it said, the eagle again? Did you read that?
Come on, just back in Jeremiah 49:16. So I'm gonna read, though thou shouldst make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
Yeah, because the eagle is, he flies the highest, and that's
Yeah.
Esau's symbol.
Yep.
Going back to the Romans, that's their symbol. So he is somewhat the apex predator. He's on the top of the food chain.
So that approved that
Yeah.
America is basically grown spiritually, because if you look on a quarter, 25-cent quarter, you got an eagle on the front. So this is let you know spiritually this is Rome all over again.
Yeah. And check this out. It's apex predator. I looked it up. It says the predator that exists at the very top of the food chain. Unlike some other predators, it's never preyed upon itself. You see, and eagles. Well, I don't know to what extent,
Whoa.
but you don't never see them being preyed upon.
Right.
And that's Esau's establishment. Isaiah 33. When now ceases to spoil. Well, that's dealing with him being spoiled afterwards. But no one is what it said. The scriptures say that that we didn't resist him, something like that. Ah, man. But yeah. Esau is the that apex predator, man. What you got there?
Just back to Jeremiah 49:17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished. You're gonna be destroyed right along with Esau if you go by, if you really hold his hand.
Yeah, because they're gonna see the desolation,
Yep.
and when they go by this place, when they see the place, the smoke rise from this place, that's gonna be the testament of his destruction.
Yep.
So they're gonna see his destruction as well.
It says, and shall hiss at all his plagues thereof.
Yeah. So like you making certain remarks like, man, damn, psst, to hiss at his plagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's the thermonuclear destruction. Because everybody's going to see you being casted out.
Yep.
And that proves that not only we hate you, but the Lord hates you with the highest, the utmost disdain.
Well, the fact that through again, you gotta have a spiritual eye to see certain things, man. We could break it down to you, but if you don't get it, that's on you. Which is why I'm about to say this goes back to Cain. Cain. Well, even before that, the serpent Cain, when he killed his brother Abel, we know that this was Jacob and Esau. So through reincarnation, he came back as Esau with a mark, which was the melanated skin or unmelanated skin, Salapia. But it was said to Cain that his punishment was going to be that he was going to be a vagabond and a fugitive. To be a fugitive means you're running from justice. Now, through understanding the scriptures, we know nobody ever escapes the Lord. All right? And if you are allowed to commit iniquity after iniquity after iniquity, it's just becoming more of a sore punishment.
Yeah.
So that can be a way to also let you know and see how much the Lord really hates this man, because he's allowed him to ascend to the height, just practice this mischief and speak great things, just do everything without being stopped.
Hey, well, hell, we ain't the only ones that hate Esau. The nations hate him as well.
Yeah, the nations are
The
mad.
scriptures say you are greatly despised or something like that. Let's
Well,
see if I can find it.
but with that all being said, this just lets you know how much the Lord, how everything hates this man, because he's been allowed to continue in his iniquity, man. When the Lord comes back, it's not just going to be some soft ass punishment, man. We already know the Lord's going to overtly destroy this place. Okay, he's gonna bind the kings in fetters. He's gonna put you into slavery for a period of 1,000 years, man, and you're gonna have to serve hardcore bondage.
Starting with the elites, making families.
Yeah, you know, one brother or an elder, it was an elder that made the statement. You know, he said, "Hey, Rockefeller, get your ass back in line." You know, he said, "Can you really envision seeing these elites? You know, Prince Philip, you know, Myron Rothschild. You know, could you really imagine seeing them in chains? You know." But the Lord's gonna really do a number, because when you go into what chapter was that? Luke 16, about the man that lived in purple fine linen. Yeah, you know, the rich man.
Yeah.
But it really represents the so-called white man. It said how he fared sumptuously, but that sumptuous living was through the bloodshed of you Israelites. Okay, and then it said that at the end of this, that man's going to beg the Father for mercy. And he even said, "Friend, didst thou not live?" You know, how did it go? Like, didst thou? I can't even remember how it says it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But that's how we know that your judgment's going to be great. You know, because like I said, it was off the demise of you Negroes and Latinos, man. Let me see.
The story of Lazarus too.
I got a
Yeah.
precept.
Real quick, this is Luke 16 and 24 says, "And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things." See, you were being wicked in your time, man. You were not dealing justly in the land of uprightness. Lazarus represents, it ultimately represents the elect, all right? But as a whole, to the nation of Israel, man, you were evil towards us. And you had the resources to actually help our people in this time, but you took it all for yourself. So it said that in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
Yeah, that comfort is coming real close. To it.
Yep. But basically, because you're going to go into such it's not going to be harsh, it's not going to be off, it's going to be a just judgment that you're going to have to go back to your estate, and you're going to have to pay for everything double. All right?
According to the substance, that's what the restitution shall be.
But it's going to come off so harsh to you, which while we tell you can never endure what we went through, man. But you're going to have that same treatment back, but in an indignation way.
Yeah, because just like the scripture saying in Jeremiah 15:5, who shall pity thee? Who shall have pity upon me? Who shall bemoan thee? Well, that's going to be the sentiment for Esau. Who's going to bemoan you when the times come? Who's going to stand up for you? Who's going to scream out for the things that's being done to you? Nobody's going to help you across the universe. Nobody's going to hear your cries. Nobody's going to hear your screams. Nobody's going to hear your anguish. And rightfully so. In the new world to come, well, everything we know of Edomite as is not going to exist. I did have a precept too.
Real quick, well, this lets you know the Lord. I mean, of course, he says it in Romans that he hates Esau, but it also shows you that he's rejected as one of his children, because what does he do to his children? He corrects us. That's why we've been corrected over these years, and Esau just continued to just do wickedness, allowed it. But this is Proverbs 3:12. It says, "For whom the Lord Yahweh loveth, he correcteth.
Yes.
Even as a father the son in whom he delighteth." So he does not, he hates Esau with a passion, and that time is coming when he will get judged. He's never been corrected. As far as
Well, check this out. You know how the Lord turned all the nations against us? Well, that's about to happen to Esau. And in fact, it's happening right now. So there's a lot of things that's being done in the spirit that we don't even give enough praise and enough, what do you call that?
Credit.
Credit. we don't give the Lord enough credit for it. All right. Well, he's turning these nations against Esau. So the Lord just don't. We don't just hate Esau. Not only the Lord too, but He's gonna make everybody hate Esau in this realm.
If you watch, which is very always good to watch them, the Apostles' main camp, after camp videos. I think it was it yesterday or last week over Joel, the 3rd chapter, and the brothers breaking it down, and the apostles were showing that the waking up the BRICS nations, the tensions between Russia with China, North Korea, South Korea. There was one other person, but all of this is basically the Lord mustering the battle, and he's stirring them up.
Isaiah 13, yeah.
The valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Jehoshaphat in English, right?
Mm-hmm. Jehoshaphat.
Over there in the Persian Gulf, that's where it's all happening. So these nations are waking up. And they're all making these allied nations. The BRICS are coming together because they hate Esau.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1:1. I have to read it in the NLT. It says, "This is the vision that the sovereign Lord revealed to Obadiah concerning the land of Edom. We have heard a message from the Lord that an ambassador was sent to the nations to say, 'Get ready, everyone.'" And who is that ambassador? It could be the angels. Who knows? Right? It says, "Let's assemble our armies and attack Edom." It said, "The Lord says to Edom, I will cut you down to size among the nations. You will be greatly despised." All right, and that's hating. That's Obadiah 1:1.
In what version?
It's a 2 NLT.
Yeah.
I just imagine
you
what
said
the GNT
you
said.
read Obadiah 1:1.
Yeah.
Why this pop up?
Oh, yeah.
That's a spirit. It popped up.
So Obadiah 1:2 in the KJV, it says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock." Right, because the part of your pride is that you doing some things behind closed doors that nobody get to see, and you hide your hatred, and you get to push it through your policies and all this other stuff. That's part of your pride as well. And you got the riches of the earth, and you continue to hoard them to yourself. All right, but that pride is coming down. Right. It says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Who is saying that? That's Esau and his establishment. All right, no matter where you go across the world, you got Edomites trying to fight for their place in the world. All right, whether it be Russia, Europe, America. All right, there's Edomites. All right, it says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down," said the Lord.
Real quick, the scriptures say that as the king is, so are the people. If you look at the common American today, their view only extends to believing that America is not going to ever be taken away. Like, you got all these other nations, man, that are gearing up, getting ready, getting prepared for a World War III. But do you see anybody here getting ready for a war? Do you see anybody trying to go in, to become a soldier for the military, specifically to fight these other nations because they know that they're about to invade us? No, man. It's that's that trick that Esau put on us, man, that put on the world. Mm-hmm. And you Americans, man, ain't prepared for war. These other nations are prepared for war.
Oh, man.
That's why I said Joel said put down our pruning hooks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, say put down our plowshares and
pick up the weapons of war.
Weapons of war,
yeah. Because it's wartime.
Yeah.
War preparation. Yeah.
Go ahead, you had that one that you were reading.
Keep going.
Yeah. Or you can read it again. You had a different.
Yeah, that was the point.
Okay.
Yeah, just showing you that even the nations hate Esau, or at the point of hating Esau. So Jake saying that we don't hate Esau, that you clearly not in reality, you're not living in reality, and that's the thing with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You don't deal in reality. You don't deal with the will of the Lord. You can't see it. All you see is this phony world that you live in, and you just gonna get by the way you can get by. And if that means you have to believe in the system and go by the system and keep trusting in the system, you're gonna do that. You're gonna do that until it destroys your ass. You know.
I got a precept for y'all. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right? Through philosophy. All right? All the philosophy that America was spewing. You know, it says the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad.
See, so the nations are mad, meaning they're angry, and you know, and mad and angry. That's synonymous with hate.
How would Revelation the 6th chapter, play into effect if it wasn't if it was just America, because it says right there that the nations are mad. That fulfills Revelation 6:4, where it said that there was a red horse and there was power given them to take away peace from the earth. Because these other nations, man, they're pissed off too. They ain't at peace and rest. They also trying to fight to be the next superpower, but they got to come against the devil to do that. But these sanctions, Russia's already been on dismissing all the sanctions that America has been trying to put on them. Now they're cutting out, doing their own business. All right, but that extends that precept is because of this, man. All the philosophy, all the lies, the policies that America kept pushing.
Democracy.
Yeah.
You know. Just back in Jeremiah 51:7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed.
But she can't be healed.
Exactly.
We already know that Esau has done too much. That's going back to earlier, man. He's been just perpetually working mischief day and night. All right, and he hasn't been stopped. But that's why he's gonna be destroyed the way he's gonna be destroyed, because he did too much past the point of healing.
And that's like, how you not considering that? This man is doing evil consistently. How the fuck do you not hate somebody that's doing evil on a consistent basis? Just as much as you doing righteous and trying to be repentant and turning back to the Lord, this nigga is turning away from the Lord and he been forsook the Lord.
Not just turning away from the Lord, he think he's the Lord.
Yep.
You want to be the Lord.
Appreciate it.
What the fuck? How the fuck you not like and hate the devil?
Yeah, man. He trying to make it. Yeah, everything he does, he thinks he's better than the Lord. He thinks.
Yep.
He thinks he's better than the Lord, man.
That's some prideful shit to say. Who shall bring me down?
Yeah, bro. Jake is
You know
the
what I'm saying?
worst. You niggas the worst, man. Y'all niggas the most unreasonable. Y'all probably the dumbest niggas on the planet.
Unreasonable.
And it's crazy because it say the children of this world is what is
It's
wiser
than the children of light.
than the children of light.
That's why Jake
Even these Edomites hate the other Edomites that they know doing wicked.
Yes.
Especially that trafficking shit, man. The Edomites hate some of the Edomites hate that shit.
Yep. Yeah, Esau don't love himself, man. That just tells you.
Tell us what.
Say, hey man, my bad. You got your precepts. My bad.
Can I,
Shit just don't make no sense at all, man.
You got Ezekiel 35?
Go ahead, get whatever you got. Get whatever you got.
This is Ezekiel 35, verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Right. We ain't the ones that ever hated Esau. In fact, we love the nigga too much. That's real. And nobody love the so-called white man more than you Negroes, man. And that shit is sad. And this nigga got the problem. He the one that hates perpetually.
And he hates you.
He don't let shit go.
Yep.
It's shit that he's punishing us for probably because what King David did to his ass. And they know.
His ass down on the rocks.
Yeah.
Him and what's that? Who's that? Josiah. What's his name? One of the second in command next to King David.
Joab.
Joab.
Yeah, Joab. I just read some.
Yeah, Joab. Stop
I'm
it.
gonna get back to it.
Say Josiah.
No, yeah, Joab. Yeah. But yeah, man, how the fuck? It's always you Israelites, man. This man is on a perpetual tear, and then really he's gotten revenge sevenfold. He's gotten his revenge sevenfold, man.
Yeah, we're destroyed.
And he's going above and beyond. What you got?
Hey, man, just last night, a report came out that a Latina girl, Latina woman was ran over by a cop, and it was reported that the cop was laughing at running her over and killing her. That's just, that's a small example, but this is on a regular basis too. Many reports and show that Esau laughs and he loves killing you, man. He hates you. And sometimes for no damn reason. Well, that's why I had Job 20:11, but I'll let you finish your precept.
It says, "It has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity." So this, the time of us being punished.
Well, like going again, he took opportunity, man.
Yeah.
There's a precept in Wisdom of Solomon 14 where it says that this was opportunity to deceive the world. See, Esau, like when someone's been knocked down and then someone comes along and kicks them. That's what Esau did to us, man. Every opportunity where he saw we were weak, he attacked. Go ahead.
It says, "In the time that their iniquity had an end." It says, "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood."
Damn, so
Yeah,
y'all know we was getting our ass kicked by the Lord.
yeah.
And then y'all thought that was the pristine opportunity to come in and deal us the final blow. And you still doing it. Y'all know slavery was that was an opportune time where Esau could jump on us and just have their way. Because the Lord wasn't with us. The Lord didn't favor us. So what's coming, the retribution that's coming, which you can continue reading, man.
That's a trap. What Jeremiah 51 says, I have led a snare from Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found striven against the Lord. That was the trap. See, you thought it was for you. They call it that word. What is it? Damn. Manifest destiny. You thought it was manifest destiny, man, and you took it as a blessing, but that was a trap for you, man. Because the Lord, he's risen up. He's heard us. He's heard our cries. All right.
Like the Lord allowed you to carry out the punishment, and then they thought, okay, well, their Lord's not going to fight for them, so then we got the one up now. Let's continue. Let's pour it
keep
on.
it going.
Let's pour it on. Let's put what I'm saying, put our foot on the gas, as Jake say, and keep it going. But Salakia, it says, because thou, Salakia, the 6, it says, "Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Said, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee."
Yeah, because Esau don't want to get taken out of power. He don't want to get taken out of power with the force of the sword from the Lord Himself. All right. So he hate blood. So blood gonna pursue him anyway.
Well, he's gonna resort to the only thing that he knows how to do, which is to fight and resist.
Yep.
He's gonna resist the Lord when the Lord. That's why the Lord's gonna bring war to him. All right, motherfucker, you don't want to get out.
Yep.
I'm gonna make you get out.
That's why, hey man, I think about Daniel 7 and 18. The Lord, this thing shall take the kingdom.
Man,
Right.
can I read Ezekiel 35 in the NLT?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Verse 7, it says, "Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth."
And that never happened. That ain't never happened. Where Esau was just decimated. This is dealing with the future. So this is Ezekiel 35:5 in the NLT. It says, "Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless." Eternal hatred.
And that dates back
That
to
is-
the blessing that was taken. So
This man has an eternal hatred, so it ain't no way of fixing it. He has an eternal grudge.
Again,
Because-
man.
Yep. It says, "When I had already punished them for all their sins." So the Lord already punished us. So like, it's even with the common Joe Schmo Edomite, their mindset is nasty niggas. I hate seeing you around. Like, oh, I can't. I hate seeing you around. Yeah, we just had a comment. Dude says, "Oh, this is a community thing." Like, whenever you see niggas, and I get it, the niggas mess shit up too. But they ain't never run into nobody like us. where we really hate niggas. Like we can't stand the sight of niggas or Edomites, you know. But that was the sentiment. You know, they can't stand it, even from the lowest of the Edomites. Can't stand to see us or be around us. And we
It's mutual.
we have the same we have the same sentiment. Fuck you Edomites, man.
Yep.
Fuck you so-called white people. We hate you. We hate niggas too. All right. We love the elect though.
That's it.
Okay.
That's what it's about.
Right. It says as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Wait, there's no way to put it, my man.
That's good.
It says, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come.
Bang.
Yeah, it said, the scripture say, Lamentations 4:22,
Man.
that he shall drink that cup. Also in Jeremiah 49.
It says, you going to punch? You're not going to punish?
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of
Even
Esau's
though-
biggest fears. Like,
Yeah.
They do to us what we did to them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's always been their biggest fear. That's why their plight against us has been such, it's been
We got
aggravated on such a level where they implement all these laws and policies against us secretly. You know,
we got to keep them under wraps because we can't let them break containment. Or
Well,
else it's-
wait.
you know?
Yeah, one of y'all brought it out weeks ago or months ago about how these crackers, man, they fear, the black man rising back up again for what they did to us, And I like to bring this out that you had a poll taken, I think it was like 100 blacks and 100 whites. Out of the 100 whites, the question was, do they believe that black people deserve reparations for being in slavery? Only 10% of Edomites answered yes, and then 85% of blacks said yes. All right, but so that's 90% of white people that don't believe that black people deserve some type of restitution or reparations or amendment for what they did, man. Don't dismiss the fact that you used to cut up, black babies, Latino babies.
don't say Israelite babies. Because it ain't just a black thing. It ain't just a southern thing. Y'all got y'all ass
Right.
kicked too.
Yeah, that's why I said the Latino babies and
Y'all got
Native
your
babies.
ass kicked.
Don't forget, man, you the so-called white man used to cut us up and butcher us, sell us in the meat market with parts they used to cut up. Because there's this thing called homoeroticism, which is basically like concupiscence.
Yeah.
Like Esau envies us so much and hates us so much that it becomes a sexual fetish,
Perversion.
a perversion.
Yeah.
You think about you want to eat us too, man, which is real,
Homo
pause.
what?
But
Shit, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Homo what?
homoeroticism.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, like erotic.
Homoeroticism.
How you say it? It's spelled.
Erotic.
Erotic.
No. Yeah. ERO.
So it's kind of like Esau's natural state and the way he acts and thinks is like how Jeffrey Dahmer was and what things that he
It
did.
says concerning or arousing
That's crazy.
sexual desire centered on a person of the same sex.
Homoeroticism.
No, but the devils do get pleasure out. They do. It does give them some type of arousement to cut us open. Otherwise you wouldn't do it. Otherwise you wouldn't do it. To cut off, to castrate us. And it's just like, damn, 90% of Edomites. Well, that's why y'all deserve to be put. That's why y'all deserve this fire that's coming. Because 90% say we can't get reparations. Y'all have absolutely no clue what we had to endure then.
Bro,
And y'all don't give a fuck.
don't make me mad because I'm bringing up buck breaking. I used to do lessons on that all the time. This is where the white man would take you Negroes, take the strongest of the Negroes
Biggest
among
buck.
the biggest buck, and he would rape them in front of everybody to show I made your leader submit. You are a piece of shit, man. I can't say other words because then they'll take our videos down. But this is what the white man used to still does. He still does this shit, man. It's just in more subtle forms as well. You got the thing called silent weapons required wars, but you got to look at the celebrities, man. They got to do some perverted shit, man. They're buck broken. When they dress up, I like to use the baby. Look what happened with him. Lord knows what he had to do to amend his foul words against the industry. If they made him dress up with a little Bo Peep dress and everything and an umbrella, yeah,
The baby.
yeah, he had to come out formally apologizing about he said about, you know, the Moses,
What the
you know,
fuck?
because he had to do he had to defend Moses with sexual things, you know, like I advocate for men doing men with this AIDS commercial. There was a commercial he had to do. So we see what's happening, man.
Modern
Y'all
day
niggas gonna be ashamed. And that's good, man. Y'all, the shame that's coming, man, I hope it's almost unbearable.
It's going to be. It's going to be. The scriptures say you shall consider it perfectly.
Yeah.
We know that this, we don't know how it's going to happen, but we know it's going to happen, man. We also know that when this devil, man, when he's finally judged, it's going to be appropriate and satisfying, non-dismissive, because as you dismissed how you treated us on this side, man, you want to try to say, get over it, or, you know, just learn to forgive or forget. Okay, the same attitude's going to be to you in the kingdom, man.
Don't worry about it.
Keep on going. It's all
I'll
right.
just brush it off.
Oh, you pick up your eyeball. It's all right. Motherfucker.
Put it back in, man. You're all right.
Yeah.
What did Ice Cube's mother and Friday say? Pour some water on it.
Use some water.
Right.
I got some precepts.
Can I bring this out?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, y'all was talking about the
I
butt
got it.
breaking and all that extra shit, right?
Yeah.
This is Obadiah 1:10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
Yes.
Perfect.
shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
We never did that shit to you. David did not he did not order Israelites to go and rape you Edomites, man.
Right.
For damn sure.
That's
All
the
right.
most humiliating
Yeah.
thing you can do to a person.
Yeah.
Y'all done it. And y'all gotten away with it. And of course, we don't need no reparations. We don't need no rehabilitation from it. We just need to be locked away and put away and put out our misery by you Edomites. So no mercy, no nothing. Okay? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Psychologically, physically.
Yeah, we'll see. Because it's coming to a point where
Chemically.
we're getting very. The Lord has been tired of your shit, and your sins have reached up unto heaven. And yeah, you got to deal with the Lord, man. You wage war against a God.
God.
That's probably the dumbest shit you can possibly do. But Esau, hey, you're known for doing dumb shit. You're known for being numb to dumb shit, doing dumb shit. So
I got a precept. You got it. This is by the brother Hawashai Nawana. Job 21:19, it says that the Most High laid up his iniquity for his children. He rewarded them, and he shall know it. So you're going to know when the Lord judges Esau this time, he's going to know why he did or why he's being judged the way he is.
what's Psalm 12:12?
He's gonna be ashamed, man.
And he's going to be ashamed. It says, his eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty, that cup. All right, the cup that the cup of judgment that the Lord's going to put into your hand, pursuant to Lamentations, the 4th chapter. All right, you know, you think that you're going to be unpunished. You think your technology and your weaponry is going to, you know, supersede the Lord and his,
Yeah,
you know, power.
it's gonna help. Like it's gonna help you out.
And it's funny is you even make movies about it, man. Remember, what was it,
Oh, yeah.
Independence Day?
Oh yeah.
You tried them nukes, man. It didn't work. You think you're gonna be able to hack the code to the uranium shield that's on the chariots or whatever, you know? You know, because there was a claim. This was like over a decade ago that Esau. This is before, you know. Or no, it wasn't while it was in the truth. There was a claim that Esau had learned to make like a centimeter wide shield out of uranium or plutonium, something like that. You know, but you know, just like you did at Independence Day, you got to throw the signal on there so we can jam it, and it'll bring the shields down. It's not gonna work like that, man. You ain't gonna prevail.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
Oh, that's
right. I
funny.
got the wisdom sound.
That's hilarious.
I got a little bit more. Go ahead.
My bad. I worked out the other day. I can barely move.
Ecclesiastes 1:15 says, that which is crooked, oh, this is about, hey, you post that. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
Yeah,
That's
you can't fix Esau, man. As much as you niggas want to fix a white man, you can't fix a white man.
But-
He always gonna be an evil piece of shit. My bad.
Well, no, I feel like the scripture where, you know, like basically the Lord's going to put an abrupt stop to this place, to Esau and his way. Just like, we already know that this is also spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt, Salakia. But with Egypt, that was an example. The Lord used Pharaoh to show as an example. Well, the same thing is happening all over again with Esau with him. All right, the same type of spirit in drive that the so-called white man has, the hardening of the heart and all that. But what did the Lord do to Egypt? Up until a certain point, you could deny, you could somewhat deny, that, there ain't a God working. But at a certain point, there was a cutoff where Esau, where the Egyptians couldn't put off, like, damn, there really is a power around here doing something now. Fuck, what did we do? That's the same way with Esau in this time, man. He's going to deny, but eventually you're going to get to a point you're going to be able to put this off from you. Let me see, hold on. Hold on. Ecclesiastes 7:13, it says, consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight which he had made crooked. Isaiah 14:4 says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? We know that it's going to take the Lord to do all these things. Because you also, you said, this time, Esau will say to you Israelites, y'all don't need reparations, you don't need, a comfort, or, you don't need to be paid back, the right way for what we did to you. We're sorry. All you got to do is go to jail. Well, the Lord's going to be our retribution and payback and all that. The scriptures say he's coming to defend Zion. All right? But it's going to be through the abrupt stop of Babylon. How the oppression ceased. It says, how the oppression ceased, that golden city ceased. Yeah. It says that the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it. It applied to Israel, but the precept you read earlier about for thy violence against Jacob, so we know it's talking about the so-called white man. But it says that he is persecuted and none hinder it. So again, there's a cutoff point to America. There's a cutoff point to the so-called white man and his tyranny. Okay? It says that the whole earth is at rest and it is quiet. They break forth into singing. And we're going to be glad when this devil gets put down. All right?
The whole earth gonna rejoice when Esau got
There you
out.
go. Yep. That's prove your ass is hated.
So y'all got a precept?
He got it. Yeah,
bring yours.
Wisdom of Solomon 12.
Come.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 12. For who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish?
Not a damn soul. Well, it's going to say,
Whom thou made? Or who shall come to stand against thee to be revenged for the unrighteous man?
Nobody. You got it.
For neither is there any power but thou that careth for all.
Go ahead.
At any time in this, in this ministry, have you ever heard, the ones that have the proper understanding and remain in the way of understanding, have you ever heard at any time with us that our affection for the so-called white man has changed? Have we ever at one point in time diluted or said, oh, he might have a chance. You know what? I pray that one day maybe he might learn. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Never. He will never change, man. Again, that comment from Maurice, I can't even remember the name anymore. Maurice Solomon or something. Mm-hmm. He said, we have no intention of stopping. The one Edomite that wants to, be a god, that Elder Yeshua will put up. He said, the only way you can take us out is through warfare. So that's why it has to come this way, man. That's why war is going to happen. That's why we know that World War III is around the corner.
Well, yeah, and in actuality, the Lord has put it on their spirit.
Right.
He's as he did Pharaoh, he hardened Pharaoh's heart.
Yep.
So he's hardening the modern Pharaoh's heart, which is Esau.
It says, neither is there any power but thou that careth for all, to whom thou mightest shew that thy judgment is not unright.
So what's about to transpire is pure righteousness. Even though a massive amount of people are going to be destroyed, it's going to be the Lord's righteousness. Because these people care not for the world, they don't even care for the children of the Lord, which the Lord created this world for us, for our sakes. He created the nations for our sake. And if we were supposed to carry out our duty as being the vanguards of the earth, keeping the earth, and blessing the nations in the earth, well, if you keep destroying us, shit, what does that leave you? If they were smart, and I'm just speaking hypothetically, if the nations and the heathen were smart, they would treat us good, they would treat us right. But that ain't how the story's written. We know that, you know. And what's about to transpire is very critical.
Well, it said, what nation had bemoaned thee? Nobody,
Yeah.
man. Nobody. Y'all ain't out there helping us. You right. What it says that the dog licked the sores. That's you nations prospering and profiting off of our demise while Esau rules us.
Yeah, Luke 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The parable of
Yep. So
Lazarus
yeah.
and
Yep. Yep.
Well, that's part of prophecy too, that nobody will buy us out of our.
Oh, yeah. Nobody would save or deliver us. Yep.
Verse 14, it says, "Neither shall king or tyrant be able to set his face against thee for any whom thou hast punished."
Yeah, so who gonna stand up for you, Esau? Who gonna cry to the United Nations? You know, who gonna cry to the United Nations of Zion?
Ain't
The
nobody,
144,000.
nobody's gonna show up to his
We're
funeral.
gonna all laugh at you, and we're gonna be flying with superpowers. And it's gonna be devastating for you to behold. Damn. They got me in the whole world. They got me in this world. He said, even though you was on top, you was on top of us, and you still couldn't even measure up to who we are as men.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, these elites, they know that Jacob gonna be a coward again. From all the 44,000 on down. Look at the movie Planet of the Apes. When the apes represents Jacob. So after all that happened, guess what? They had ye slavery in that movie. You know?
Yeah.
So
They know, yeah.
They know. So these elites know. These elites know that they going into captivity.
If I'm alone, you damn dirty.
So how would you love Esau and he's a pure, adulterated devil, man? You know what I'm saying?
He's the epitome
Yeah.
of
And you
what
love
the
him.
devil is. Yep.
He said, y'all, you teaching this bullshit, talking about y'all, you should get along with him.
Or
After all
you
that,
shouldn't hate him, or we don't hate him.
exactly. So all the stuff
Sir.
he did to Jacob, man, from Judah all the way down to Issachar.
I got a precept.
And see, Jake is doing that because they want to recant certain statements because they know this devil is going to come down hard.
Yep.
But see, what's going to happen is you thinking that you recanting statements or you saying you don't hate the devil is going to get you out of trouble. That's going to get your ass in more trouble because at the end of the day, the author is the Yahweh Shem El Shai. And guess what? Who's going to be justified? The ones that kept his word.
Yeah, because the devil means to see. I love Esau. Ooh. Esau like, yeah, you do? Cool.
Yeah, so we yeah,
And then
exactly.
all hell break loose. Remember you said you love me, right? Well, guess not.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna
'cause,
kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's
Those that
it's
consent-
gonna be 10 times worse.
yeah, those that consent unto them shall be had in derision.
Yep.
You know, and trampled underfoot.
I got a precept. This is Isaiah 51 and 15. I'm going to start at 15. It says, "But I am the Lord thy power, that divided the sea, whose waves roared. The Lord of hosts is his name. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of my hand, that I might plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and saying to Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out."
Yeah, so the Lord allowed you, he allowed Esau to do what he's doing because he's going to bring an occasion against you. He's going to treat you how he want to treat you.
Yeah, basically, he let Esau do according to his pleasure. I'm talking about Esau did according to Esau's own
Yeah,
pleasure.
his own pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. Said there was none to guide her among all the sons whom she had brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she had brought up. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee. Go ahead.
And nobody was sorry.
Desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword, by whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine, which is talking to you Israelites. Thus said,
They're junking with all these different philosophies. You see them in the streets. The Kia boys stealing cars, running into school buses. The niggas killing each other. The leaders is exploiting the congregation, their flock. It's all sorts of madness that's going on, man. You know.
it says, thus saith the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people, behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over.
Yep, that's Esau. That's Esau and then the other nation.
You know, the whole coat thing, you know, when a woman would go to a puddle of water and the man put the coat down, that has nothing to do with a coat, man. That shit stems from something. That's crackers
slavery.
walking with slave boys and men and telling their ass lay down.
Yeah,
and
'cause
walk
that's what
over.
used to be.
This scripture proves that, man.
They used to put their feet on our backs.
Yeah. Yeah, and use this as stools.
Yeah,
there
like,
was-
say like you put your feet on like a stool.
Well, there was a-
you said stool, like a rest.
Yeah. There was a picture of a white man who was strapped to the back of an Israelite woman. It surfaced. It was on one of the brothers' channels, man. But it was a Judite woman with a type of it was like a chair strapped to her back with some thin ass rope, and she was bent over like this and was holding a grown ass white man. He's like that in the picture, like that, smiling. Man, you abused us, man. You really did. But it says, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. And that's Esau, man, that did that to us, to you Israelites. But it said that I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. The judgment's coming back to you, man, for all your cruel behavior. All right?
Now you see a lot of Karens running around this motherfucker trying to still uphold their privilege.
Yeah.
You know.
That's some real pride for you right there.
Yeah.
Well, they actually hold themselves not guilty, man.
Yeah, the scripture. Yeah.
They say that they say that they're blessed.
Yeah, basically we deserve everything that happened to us. And in a sense we have, but when Esau afforded the affliction, it made things worse because of their eternal hatred. All right? Then that's where the problem comes in at.
I got it. This is Jeremiah, chapter 50. Let's see. I'll just start at verse 7. I'll get to the point. Jeremiah 50 and 7. It says, all that found them have devoured them. You know, you are the nations, you heathen. And their adversaries said, we offend not.
Yep.
Because they had sinned against the Lord. You know, again, when you took opportunity, you see that the Lord was dealing with us the way that he was. You saw it as an opportunity to oh, well, let's fuck with them even more. Let's kick them while they're down.
Yep.
It says we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord. It never gave you a right, man. You devils, man, you think it's okay that it's your right to punish us, further than what the Lord chooses. Yeah, the scriptures say that, one of the Lord's sword is men, right? But that don't give you the fucking right to do what you do to us, man. Drapetomania, Stockholm syndrome, basically you try to force us to love you now. You ain't have no right to do that, man.
And then you got Edomites who are startled that we even hate them. Like, why do you hate us? Like they've done everything for us, and like they believe like letting us free.
Blueberry, didn't I give you the last bite of my apple? Django, man, the very beginning of that movie, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
cool, man. What did dude say to Will Smith in the movie Suicide Squad? Didn't I give you that last bite of my cookie? You asshole, man. You in prison. We're in the house of the prisoners, man.
Yeah, you turned away from our ways. You just completely humiliated us, deprived us from life itself. We couldn't even fuck. We had to. It was complete hell. The human condition is not. We weren't created to serve such.
Tyranny.
Yeah,
man.
serve such and go through
chapter.
so much affliction.
Wisdom of Solomon 12, the same chapter. The Lord said, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to recompense him who did not deserve it. But I got this, verse 11, it says, because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O you destroyers of mine heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. And that's still talking about the so-called white man. All right? You were glad, man. You enjoyed doing this. It's, man.
I got
So I mean, just to reiterate, to act as if, our emotion, to be indifferent from the so-called white man is not justified. You out your goddamn mind, man. You out your fucking mind to think that we don't have the right to be, mad at you, man.
Mm-hmm.
To this very day, we're in captivity, man. We are slaves to this very moment. Just because it's a softer, I don't even want to call it like that. It's distortment. Yeah, you're not out here lynching us still. I mean, you still got that shit going on.
It's still sundown town.
It's not prominent as much, because you don't see. Because Esau won't allow a black man to be hung on a tree outside right down the street,
Right.
But y'all think because you don't see that that what we're talking about ain't really, real.
It's still going on because it's not really televised.
Yeah.
It's not really televised
Yeah.
because Jake's still getting lynched.
Yep.
It ain't being talked about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you still have sundown towns
Mhm.
in societies to this day.
Yeah.
You still got like what happened to that Jake down in Mississippi when he was working for Edomite and he killed him and he found like his body parts and shit, like his spine.
Yeah, Esau as a nation ain't never went through no therapy, trying to no anger management. I'm sorry, it sounds, but Esau as a nation ain't never go through no therapy or no anger management to manage that hatred towards Jake. This shit is just rampant and it is spontaneous. It happens all over the fucking place.
This
And it
white
will
boy.
continue to happen.
There was just the case last week with this white boy. He was a teenager, I think, and they said that his motive was racially motivated as to why he was trying to drown this black guy. Just last week. I don't know if y'all know about that, but he was released out of jail. He was released.
Good. Let's see.
Hey, just a second Thessalonians 2:7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he will now let it relent until he be taken out of the way.
Yes, the Lord letting him be a hireling until his day be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So he's doing his job. He's being a complete utter devil,
A perfect devil.
and really can't nobody come close to him being him, Can't nobody come close to Esau. That man, he's on another level when it comes to doing the bidding of the Lord. You got it.
It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yeah, the wicked is being revealed right now.
Yep.
And it's vital that he's being revealed right now because there's a judgment that's coming after his reveal. Okay? And he's being judged by the word. What it says, the word.
Yeah, it say the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
That's what this word, all right? The judgments that's written within these scriptures.
I got a precept.
Oh, he a little bit more.
A little bit more. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
So and he's going to show up in dramatic fashion.
Yep.
Unlike nothing we've ever seen, unlike anything we have ever seen. So all this hurt and pain, just believe when he show up, all that shit is going to go out the door. And all that worry and even we're going to fear. But they're going to fear even more.
You got something?
No,
This is Lamentations 1:21. It says, they have heard that I sighed. There is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it.
Mm.
Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. It says, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. For all my transgressions, for my sighs are many, and my heart is faint. So
Yeah.
this is a prayer, a begging that recompense them, man, pay them back.
Because that affected the hell out of us. What the Lord did affected us. And we got all these people that's standing in opposition towards us, while the Lord is punishing us. They don't give a damn about what the Lord, they're not considering the work that the Lord has done. They just seen it as an opportunity to get over and to, demolish us. But the sentiment is that, hey, punish these motherfuckers like they've been doing us now. So the time is coming.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna read this in NLT, but this is Romans 9 and 13. It says, "In the words of the scriptures, I loved Jacob, but I rejected Esau. Are we saying then that the Most High was unfair? Of course not. For the Most High said to Moses, I will show mercy to anyone I choose, and I will show compassion to anyone I choose."
We also know that the Lord gave an opportunity. He gave every nation, especially the so-called white man, he gave you every opportunity to show that you could do right and you wouldn't.
So why is they mad?
Exactly.
Why is Jake mad that the Lord is choosing to punish them for all the iniquity that they brought about?
He gave y'all all a chance to see if y'all could do things the proper way. And y'all couldn't, especially the so-called white man. And especially as long as your kingdom's been going. How long has it been going? It's like,
This is the longest, I think.
yeah, like 500 something years already, right?
Yeah, 500.
Yeah. And so you still,
Since
and
the Renaissance.
so all that time, man, all these other empires, man, they ruled, I think, like half the time. I think, what was the one, was it the Persian or was it the Greek empire that went on for like 200 years? I can't remember, man. I'll have to look at, don't quote me, but
It might be the Greeks.
you've
You've
had double time. You've been on double time, man. The Lord you definitely can't say in that day that the Lord was unfair. Because he gave every kingdom, every empire or nation the opportunity to rule and to see if you could do it the right way, man. If you can administer judgment the proper way. But like I said in Wisdom of Solomon 6, you couldn't. You have not judged this world with truth. So you're going to get the reward of an unjust dealer, man, which is indignation. Decisions made out of anger. But there's a precept in Jeremiah where it said, Jeremiah, he prayed, judge me in righteousness and not in thine anger. The Lord's going to do that with Esau. He's going to judge in righteousness with anger, though. Because you get it all, man. You want it all, you got it all.
Verse 16 says, "So it is the Most High who decides to show mercy. We can neither choose it nor work for it. For the scripture says that the Most High told Pharaoh, I have appointed you for the very purpose of displaying my power in you and to spread my fame throughout the earth."
So he's playing this out.
Yep.
So the Lord has said, he chose Pharaoh to show his power. So he gave him, he hardened his heart, and just like he's building Esau up to a certain extent, just so he can show his power.
Yep.
Just, okay, all this talk, and we're talking about they've been blaspheming, and this is the uttermost disrespect. They've shown the uttermost disrespect, uttermost, disregard
Yep.
for the Lord's, his chosen people, the apple of his eye,
Yep.
his precious jewels. They've shown it so only so that he can show up in very dramatic fashion.
Yep.
Okay, and it's gonna be ugly for you, Edomites.
But beautiful.
It says the Most High chooses to show mercy to some, and he chooses to harden the hearts of others, so they refuse to listen. Well, then you might say, why does the Most High blame people for not responding? Haven't they simply done what he makes them do? No, don't say that. Who are you, a mere human being, to argue with a power?
Yeah, to argue with God. You're a mere human being arguing with the Heavenly Father. As the scriptures say, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are my ways your ways.
What chapter was that?
As
This is NLT. This is
That's 9.
Romans 9.
Isaiah 9?
No, Romans 9.
in the NLT.
the one I'm quoting is
Hey.
Isaiah 55.
Okay.
But who are you to argue with the Heavenly Father?
It says, should the thing that was created say to the one who created it, why have you made me like this? When a potter makes jars out of clay, does he have a right to use the same lump of clay to make one jar for decoration and another to throw garbage into? It says, in the same way, even though the Most High has the right to show his anger and his power, he is very patient with those on whom his anger falls, who are destined for destruction.
Yeah.
So that explains why he's allowed it to go on so long, because hey, you're destined for destruction. Your judgment is eventually going to come at the right time when it comes.
You might as well get a few more of these off.
Yeah.
You might as well do your
Right.
best. Be happy while doing it too.
Yeah, what you say, be happy while doing it. You don't know your scripture.
No,
I got something for you.
Time out. It says he does this to make the riches of his glory shine even brighter on those to whom he shows mercy, and who are prepared in advance for glory. So that's the elect, you know. So that when that time comes, and you already cut off.
I did, but that one's.
Okay, come on. So when that time comes, Jay's gonna be put to the elect is gonna be put on high in the glory, right under falling under Yahushua and King David.
All right, this Lamentation 4:20, 4:21 says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellers in the land of Uz. All right, so land of Uz right now represents America. All right, aka Babylon. It say the cup also shall pass through unto thee, though thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. All right, so the cup of judgment is going to pass unto you. All right? It says the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So we ain't gonna no more go into captivity.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, this our last captivity. All right. So these Edomites so fucking proud, they thinking they gonna put us back in captivity. What's the scripture saying in verse 22? It says the punishment of thy iniquity, all right, is accomplished. It's already done. Okay. It says, O daughter of Zion, that represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. All right. It says, he will visit he will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
That's right. And the Lord he has discovered all the wickedness that he's been doing, and shit. That's all she's going. We at the point where it's going to be. That's all she wrote. Now the Lord is going to let you get off, and pretty much establish your new world order. Won't make it seem like you have, but of course you gotta push that chip and make it mandatory. So those who don't take the mark of the beast is going to be cut off from society. Those are the things we're waiting on. So we're really waiting on Esau, man. You know. And I really think he's prolonging it.
Yeah.
Because he knows that his time is going to be cut short.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that next blow is gonna be precise.
Yeah.
Precision strike.
Yeah, and that's why. And see, we know the effort you're going to put in towards trying to eliminate the elect. You know, and that's why the Lord's going to protect us. He's going to raise up a standard in that time. You know. So if anything, this devil's going to show you real hatred. He's going to show you the epitome of what hatred really means. You know?
Yeah, 2/3 of our people, man, hate.
Because we don't hate him enough. We don't hate you enough. That's the problem.
Yep.
We don't hate you enough. And we've been blinded by your, little delicacies and little things that you have done. We've been blinded to the fact of who you truly are. You know? And so, shit, the time is coming, man. You make your move, man. That's what we waiting on. So with that, did anybody have anything else? All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, you know. And until next time, we say, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakapadash.
The Master Apostle Great Millstone, peace, salutation, over electors, no working true and sincere. Above all.
Above all.